Most people think they know the geography of the United States. 50 states, towering mountains, massive rivers, and endless highways stretching across the country. But beneath these familiar landscapes lie geographical secrets that sound almost impossible. A state that's getting bigger every single year, a place where 4 states meet at one exact point, and a cave system so enormous that scientists still haven't found its end. These aren't myths. They're real places hidden across one of the most geographically diverse countries on Earth. So today, we're exploring 10 geography facts about the USA that will completely change the way you see the country. Let's begin. Number 10. You can stand in 4 states at the same time. Imagine placing one hand in Arizona, one foot in Colorado, the other foot in New Mexico, and your remaining hand in Utah. Sounds impossible, but there's actually one place in America where you can touch 4 different states at the exact same time. It's called the Four Corners Monument. Located in the remote deserts of the American Southwest, it's the only place in the entire United States where the borders of 4 states meet at a single point. Visitors travel from around the world just to strike the famous pose. Some jump across all 4 states. Others lie flat on the marker with each limb in a different state. The monument marks boundaries established during the late 1800s using lines of latitude and longitude. Although modern GPS measurements suggest the marker isn't perfectly positioned by today's standards, it remains the legally recognized meeting point of all 4 states. Nowhere else in America, or even in most countries around the world, can you experience anything quite like it. It's one of the most unique geographical landmarks on Earth. Number 9. Alaska is growing every year. Most coastlines slowly disappear because of erosion and rising seas. But Alaska is doing the exact opposite. It's actually getting bigger. Along Alaska's southern coast, enormous glaciers have been melting for decades. At first, that sounds like bad news, but something remarkable happens after the ice disappears. For thousands of years, these glaciers were so heavy that they pushed the Earth's crust downward. As the ice melts, that tremendous weight is removed. The land slowly rebounds upward in a process called isostatic rebound. In some places, the ground is rising by more than 3 centimeters every year. As the coastline lifts above sea level, entirely new land emerges. Fresh beaches appear, new islands form, and maps gradually have to be updated. It's one of the few places on Earth where the landscape is literally rising before our eyes. Number 8. The world's longest cave system is in the United States. When people think of giant caves, they often imagine a single enormous chamber, but beneath Kentucky lies something far more incredible. A hidden underground world stretching for more than 430 miles, or nearly 700 kilometers. This is Mammoth Cave, and it's officially the longest known cave system on Earth. To put that into perspective, if you laid its explored passageways end to end, they'd stretch farther than the distance from New York City to Cleveland. Even more astonishing, scientists still haven't found the end. Every year, explorers discover brand new tunnels, underground rivers, and hidden chambers, adding more miles to the map. The cave was carved over millions of years as slightly acidic rainwater slowly dissolved layers of limestone beneath Kentucky. Today, it contains underground canyons, massive cathedral-like rooms, rare cave shrimp, blind fish, and ecosystems that exist nowhere else on Earth. Despite centuries of exploration, much of Mammoth Cave remains a mystery, which means the world's longest cave system is still growing, not because the cave is changing, but because humans are still discovering it. Number 7. The United States has a tropical rainforest. When people think of rainforests, they usually imagine the Amazon or the jungles of Southeast Asia. But few people realize that the United States has its own tropical rainforest. It's called El Yunque National Forest, located in Puerto Rico, a U.S. territory. Covering nearly 29,000 acres, El Yunque receives well over 200 inches, 5,000 millimeters, of rain each year in its wettest areas. That constant rainfall supports a lush forest filled with giant tree ferns, towering tabanuco trees, dozens of waterfalls, and hundreds of unique plant and animal species. Many of these species are found nowhere else on Earth. One of the forest's most famous residents is the tiny Puerto Rican coqui frog, whose distinctive nighttime call echoes throughout the rainforest. The forest also plays another critical role. Its mountains capture moisture from passing trade winds, supplying fresh water to much of northeastern Puerto Rico. So while many imagine America as deserts, plains, and snow-covered mountains, it also includes one of the Caribbean's most remarkable tropical rainforests. Number 6. Yellowstone is sitting on a supervolcano. Millions of visitors come to Yellowstone every year to watch geysers erupt, see colorful hot springs, and spot bison roaming across wide valleys. But beneath this beautiful landscape lies one of Earth's largest volcanic systems. Yellowstone sits atop an enormous volcanic caldera created by a series of massive eruptions over millions of years. The most recent caldera-forming eruption occurred around 631,000 years ago. That eruption expelled more than 1,000 cubic kilometers of volcanic material, covering much of North America in ash. Today, molten rock still exists several kilometers beneath the park. It's this underground heat that powers Yellowstone's famous geysers, boiling mud pots, steam vents, and colorful hot springs. Although Yellowstone remains volcanically active, scientists continuously monitor it using GPS stations, seismometers, and satellite observations. Current evidence shows no signs that another catastrophic eruption is imminent. Instead, Yellowstone offers scientists a rare opportunity to study one of Earth's most powerful geological systems while it's quietly shaping the landscape beneath our feet. Number 5. The Mississippi River is constantly redrawing the map. Most people think maps are permanent, but along the Mississippi River, the map is always changing. Stretching about 2,350 miles, the Mississippi carries enormous amounts of water and sediment toward the Gulf of Mexico. As it flows, the river slowly erodes one bank, while depositing sediment on another. Over years and decades, its bends migrate across the landscape. Sometimes the river cuts through the narrow neck of one of its giant loops during a flood. When that happens, it creates a new, shorter channel almost overnight. The abandoned bend becomes an oxbow lake. These natural shifts have repeatedly changed county lines, property boundaries, and even affected where state borders lie, since many boundaries follow the river's historic course. Engineers now use levees, dams, and the old river control structure to reduce major changes and prevent the Mississippi from diverting into the Atchafalaya River. Even so, the river continues to reshape its floodplain every single year. It's a reminder that one of America's greatest rivers is still a living, moving force of nature, not just a blue line on a map. Before we reveal the final 4 geography facts, if you're enjoying these incredible discoveries, subscribe and join our journey around the world's most fascinating places. Now, let's continue. Number 4. Alaska has more coastline than every other state combined. If someone asked which U.S. state has the longest coastline, most people would probably guess California or maybe Florida. The real answer isn't even close. It's Alaska. Thanks to its rugged mainland, thousands of islands, deep fjords, and the Aleutian Island chain stretching far into the Pacific, Alaska has nearly 34,000 miles, about 55,000 kilometers of tidal shoreline. That's more coastline than all the other U.S. states combined. This enormous coastline borders 3 major bodies of water: the Arctic Ocean, the Pacific Ocean, and the Bering Sea. It also contains countless bays, glaciers, sea cliffs, and remote beaches that have never seen permanent human settlement. In fact, many coastal communities in Alaska aren't connected by roads at all. The only way to reach them is by boat or airplane. When you look at a flat map, Alaska already appears huge, but its coastline reveals just how incredibly complex and wild its geography really is. Number 3. The hottest place on Earth is in the United States. When people imagine the hottest place on Earth, they often think of the Sahara Desert or the Middle East. But the highest reliably recorded air temperature ever measured on Earth happened in California. Welcome to Death Valley. On July 10, 1913, the temperature at Furnace Creek reached an astonishing 134 degrees Fahrenheit, or 56.7 degrees Celsius. That record still stands as the highest reliably recorded air temperature on Earth. Death Valley is also home to Badwater Basin, the lowest point in North America, sitting 282 feet or 86 meters below sea level. Its extreme heat is caused by several geographical factors. The valley lies below sea level. It's surrounded by steep mountains that trap hot air, and the dry desert atmosphere allows the sun to heat the ground with incredible efficiency. In summer, ground temperatures can become even hotter than the air above them. It's one of the most extreme environments on the planet, and it's right here in the United States. Number 2. Alaska is America's easternmost, westernmost, and northernmost state. This sounds impossible. How can one state be both the easternmost and the westernmost? The answer lies in the Aleutian Islands. This chain of volcanic islands stretches so far west that it crosses the 180th meridian into the eastern hemisphere. That means, by longitude, part of Alaska actually lies east of every other U.S. state. So Alaska is officially the northernmost state, the westernmost state, and the easternmost state. It's one of the strangest geographical facts in the world. It also explains why Alaska is surprisingly close to Russia. At the narrowest point of the Bering Strait, Russia and Alaska are separated by only about 2.4 miles, or 3.8 kilometers, between Big Diomede Island and Little Diomede Island. Sometimes, geography can be stranger than fiction. Number 1. The United States contains almost every major climate on Earth. Here's the geography fact that ties everything together. The United States isn't just a large country. It's one of the most geographically diverse nations on Earth. Within its borders, you'll find frozen Arctic tundra in northern Alaska, tropical rainforests in Puerto Rico, active volcanoes in Hawaii, towering mountain ranges like the Rockies, vast grasslands across the Great Plains, humid subtropical forests in the southeast, Mediterranean climates in coastal California, temperate rainforests in the Pacific Northwest, and some of the driest deserts on Earth in the Southwest. Few countries contain such an extraordinary variety of landscapes and climate zones within a single nation. That diversity has shaped everything from wildlife to agriculture to cities, and even the way millions of people live every day. It's why no single image can truly represent America's geography, because every region tells a completely different story. The United States may be one country, but geographically, it feels like an entire planet, from tropical rainforests to Arctic wilderness, from supervolcanoes to the hottest place ever recorded on Earth. Its landscapes continue to surprise even lifelong residents. Which geography fact amazed you the most? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed discovering the incredible places and natural wonders that shape our world, don't forget to subscribe, because there are still countless mysteries waiting to be explored. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next adventure.